right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome to Ames, Iowa, home of the Cyclones of Iowa State. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on another Big 12 foe, the Iowa State Cyclones. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Horned Frogs will put total weather to crank us up. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Iowa State Cyclones offense takes the field for the first time today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. Be interesting to see what they do today.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down.
Let's go.
Now on the option. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls in.
On third and long, what a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down. One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Ames, Iowa, home of the Cyclones of Iowa State. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on another team from the Big 12, the Iowa State Cyclones. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Horned Frogs will boot it away to start the game. On the move from inside his 5. So Iowa State's offense will go on the attack first. As As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Terrible way to start this game if you're on offense. You've given up 2 straight negative plays. You ran the ball on first down for negative yards, and then you take a sack now on second down. That tells me this offensive line has got to wake up. You knew this was physically going to be a challenge, but you've got to get ready to go, and you've got to fire off the ball because going backwards ain't going to get it done.
He was fighting and struggling his way, trying to get that first down. Instead, they'll be faced with 4th.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He's going to take off. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Goes to the option. And some room to work. Good pickup there. He gets enough for the first down.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Runs through a tackle.
This defense is going to have to do a better job slowing down the run. We've seen twice now in this opening drive this guy break one. And so this defense has to do a better job at the point of attack, and their D coordinator probably is already thinking to himself, well, I have to get another guy in the box to slow this guy down.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, TCU!
We knew this offense wanted to come into this one establishing the run. Guys, they didn't even attempt to throw on their first drive. They were more physical. They were pushing guys around up front. This guy caps it off with a nice touchdown.
And he made that extra point. The wet turf, no problem at all. And he takes this from inside the 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Iowa State sending the offense back out. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. They'll try to pop the draw. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29. All right, guys, let's chat Iowa State. Good pickup on the recruiting trail just last week. 3-star defensive back. A guy that could be a bit of a diamond in the rough, but that type of talent is what they need to build that secondary.
Man, yeah, and this is a program they're trying to build something. They're trying to climb to that next level, and this is how you do it. You get players that your school can go out and get, and now you let them play, start to develop, and turn into something great.
He'll pull it on the read. Turning it on! And he's brought down after a nice game.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
The toss to the right. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Got some work to do on second down after that last one. They need 13. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll run the option. This time they get him in the backfield and they take back what he got on the previous play. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Deep shot for the end zone. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Cyclones will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Just a short pass to the tight end. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 4th down. The Horned Frogs will punt it away on 4th down. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Unloads quickly. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. The Cyclones with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. The play action fake. Got him downfield. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. And the Cyclones want to pick up the tempo. On the move, it's my way. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll leave it with him. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all away. Touchdown, Iowa State. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Michigan State has the lead right now. Feels like it's been that way since Sparty's run out, but This has been a nip-and-tuck affair inside Spartan Stadium. They're up by 6 over USC.
They'll run the option.
Just another week in the...
Oh, he's got some space. Big play in the running game, and they get him out of bounds right at the 50-yard line.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
He'll ride his man on the option. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
And the Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Headed to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
The Cyclones with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Lost 1 deep down the right side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Cyclones will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. On his way from around the 50. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Going to try to get it himself. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. Got 5 wideouts spread across the field on 2nd and 5. Catch in the middle, it's Hamilton. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. On the option. He'll pitch it. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drive.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Iowa State sending the offense back out. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. There he goes! He'll get down to avoid the hit, but he might not be able to avoid this penalty flag. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Fires complete on the crosser. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. New set of downs after the completion. They're going back to the ground. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Cyclones with the 1st and 10. On the option. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And his first throw here is incomplete.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. The Horned Frogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Fires to the wideout. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection. As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They punt it away on 4th down. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Looking downfield on 1st down. A strike downfield. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a 1st down and a pickup of 10. And the Cyclones are in the hurry-up. To the air on 1st down. Bringing the heat. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Looking to fire. Release to the back. Makes the grab. It's Maui. They bring him down, but not before he gets a 1st down at the 35.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on 1st down. Now back to the line. Looking for room. It's Maui. Shakes off the defender. Breaks into the open. They finally get him stopped. This veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Encroachment defense.
Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Under fire. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. And this one is perfect. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score. That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like the magic from Hilton Coliseum has rubbed off on both teams there so far at Ames. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. 2 workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Jack Trice Stadium.
The Cyclones will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. It's working. Why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Chance to build a little momentum here by converting this third down from deep in your own territory. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
And the Horned Frogs decide to punt it away. Makes a move. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. He'll do it himself. Quarterback gets enough. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. And the Cyclones want to crank the tempo.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Skips away from pressure. Turning it on. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick him up and put him down and go get first downs, but I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out, and you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
Here's the pressure. Lets it go to the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on third down?
They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And interesting, on 3rd and short, man, a lot of time defenses get really, really aggressive, so they try to slip in the screen, but they played it nicely, got pressure on the QB, got in there so fast, kind of disrupted the timing.
And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Cyclones!
And that is why you never quit on a play. 4th down by the goal line. It looked like the quarterback had nowhere to go with it, but he wouldn't quit. He wouldn't give in to the defense. He just dug deep down inside himself and found a way to score that TD. That was impressive.
The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, want to jump in and let you know what's going on in this top 25 showdown. Washington State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Pullman behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by just 4 to Boise State.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
We'll keep you posted on a Pac-12 showdown that, not surprisingly, guys, is already trending.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Back to the ground with the running back. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. He wants to throw it. Snagged out of the air. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The Horned Frogs line up to punt it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Iowa State sending the offense back out. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
To the air on 2nd down. He'll pull it down. Oh, he's got some space. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. How about that sweet footwork along the sideline? It is a catch. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Keeps it on the bootleg. Fires to the big fella. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. The Cyclones really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Rides the back on the option. The give. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Iowa State. And that one will come up here in the 2nd half. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy, he makes a big play. Yes, please.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Gives it on the option. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. And the Horned Frogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. To the ground with the back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Here comes the option. The give to the tailback. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they were...
There he goes! The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous. Shoot up the big play. Nice big chunk play for this offense.
Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few. Still some work to do for the 1st down. And on 2nd down for this offense. On the option. Got the 1st down and more. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden They get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spark.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. Looking for more room. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business. First step of this drive comes from their own 44. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking deep. Makes a connection. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Breaks into the open. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. That's the end of the period, and Iowa State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how victory. So 1st down, we'll open up the final period. He'll keep it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this. Assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They'll run it from the gun. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. The Horned Frogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Pulls it and fires to the left. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They go to the wide receiver screen. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback on the keeper. Got the 1st down and more. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets...
Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU!
Man, what a nice touchdown run, and this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease, and then the wide receivers start to kick in, and the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. When you're trying to protect a lead, you just simply cannot have a personal foul penalty at this stage in the game. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got the quick pass.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Second down, he'll throw it. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. If they're going to keep this drive going, they'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Makes the grab. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Cyclones will hustle to the line.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
They'll move the wide receiver. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's incompletion, they lost yardage. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Lost to throw again. Buys a little extra time. On his feet at the 40.
This has been a real fun game to call, guys, because we've got two quarterbacks that are getting it done on the ground. Both of these guys have had tremendous success. That time the defense wasn't in position. They weren't able to rally to him early. And
turning it on! He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The Cyclones just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Motion from the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Cyclones! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Going right to work up top. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Offense gets set for 2nd down. From the gun. Give on the inside. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
Yeah, and listen, this guy's had a good day. I know they're trailing and they need to put some drives together, but I also wouldn't abandon him because he's had such a monster day and he's been the bright spot so far for this offense.
The pull and throw off the RPO. He gets it into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 48. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Hamilton. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. The Horned Frogs look to keep this drive humming. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The RPO, fire complete to the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Offense working from the pistol. Here's the handoff. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27. And the Horned Frogs pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. He'll pull it down and run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, just nowhere to go there. It started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver in the middle of the field.
Now, sometimes the hardest completions for quarterbacks are the ones where guys are wide open. You don't have to throw it any faster trying to get it to him quickly because you know he's so wide open, like on that last play. Just take your steps, throw in rhythm, and just throw a catchable ball.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Unloads to the wideout. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. This is now a 7-point game. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Finds his big tight end. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Makes the grab. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Cyclones will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the returner will be knocked down. I'm sure these guys on offense dreamed of this situation. Big stage, time winding down, desperately needing a score. Picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Iowa State. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th.
Linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
They'll start this drive at their own 48. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the catch. He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43. The Horned Frogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wide receiver going in motion. He'll pull it on the read. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. And the Horned Frogs come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Finds his tight end. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the right. Got his man. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. From the red zone, looking for a space. It's complete to the left. Races down to the 2 and stopped just short of the goal line as he goes out of bounds. The Horned Frogs have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. From the gun, he'll try to throw. And he's got it. Late touchdown here, but it would take a miracle of Lazarus-like proportions to come back down.
And that sure feels like too little, too late. This offense, they needed to score and execute faster, but there's not enough time to me, man. This feels like this one's over.
First things first, they have to recover the onside kick, and then they'll have time for probably just one play. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days and days to come.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.